With about 25 games left in the regular season, some fans are looking forward to the playoffs, while other fans are looking forward to the draft lottery and praying for the number one pick. It's still early, but with March Madness right around the corner, we're starting to get a good idea of who the top prospects are going to be. This video is going to be a mock draft of just the lottery picks, meaning picks 1 through 14. Anyway, let's not waste any more time and get started. With the number one pick, the Magic are going to select Jabari Smith out of Auburn. Jabari is a 6'10 combo forward who's very skilled on both ends of the floor. On offense, he's a great shooter, and because he's 6'10 with a high release point, he can get his shot off over defenders very easily, making him a dangerous face-up player. His height and shooting ability have led him to getting comparisons to players like Michael Porter Jr. and Kevin Duren, and on defense, he's athletic enough that he can guard multiple positions on the floor. The Magic already have some young talent at forward between Franz Wagner and Jonathan Isaac, but they're also at the very early stages of a rebuild, so they need to simply take the best player available, and at the number one pick, that's Jabari Smith. With the number 2 pick, the Pistons take Paolo Banchero out of Duke. Banchero is another 6'10 power forward with an advanced skill set. He's an absolute bucket getter and he can score pretty well both inside and out. He's got a quick first step and a nice handle, which allows him to attack the basket where he's a strong finisher. But he can also shoot the ball pretty well from deep, which keeps the defense honest. He loves to operate out of the pinch post, where he uses moves like the jab step to create shots for himself in the mid-range, which is why he's often been compared to Carmelo Anthony. Banchero has the makings to be an elite scorer at the NBA level. The Pistons already landed their franchise cornerstone with Cade Cunningham last season. Pairing him with Banchero makes this pick a home run selection. With the number 3 pick, the Rockets select Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga. Chet Holmgren is the unicorn of this draft class. He's a legit 7-footer with offensive skills that you rarely see in a player his size. He can shoot the ball extremely well from deep, and he can also handle the ball and attack the basket. On defense, he knows how to use his size and length to block shots and protect the rim at a high level. The main knock against him is that he's rail thin at just 200 pounds, which could lead to him getting pushed around at the NBA level. Holmgren may not be strong, but he's not soft either. Despite his skinny frame, he's a terrific rebounder at the college basketball level, and he's known as a fierce competitor. Chet is a nice high upside prospect, which makes him a great pick for the rebuilding Houston Rockets. With the number 4 pick, the Thunder will select AJ Griffin out of Duke. Griffin is a small forward who's skilled on both sides of the ball. He's one of the best shooters in college basketball, currently shooting a blistering 48% from 3 on 4 attempts per game. He's a knockdown shooter whether it's off the catch or off the bounce. He's also a good scorer at the rim, where he often punishes closing out defenders by attacking and finishing strong. He also has a really strong handle for a wing player, which allows him to create his own shot, whether it's attacking the rim or creating space for a pull-up jumper. Griffin also gets after it defensively, where his nice size, 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan, helps him to guard multiple positions on the court. At just 18 years old, the sky is the limit for him, making him a great fit for the rebuilding Thunder. With the number 5 pick, the Pacers select Jaden Ivy out of Purdue, who's perhaps the best guard in this draft. Jaden Ivy's speed and athleticism and ability to make acrobatic plays above the rim has led to him drawing comparisons to Ja Morant. He's an incredible rim attacker, and while he's mostly looking to finish when he gets in the paint, he's also shown the ability to feed his teammates on his drives. And he's not just an inside player, because he's also deadly from deep, currently shooting 38% from 3 on 5 attempts per game. For the Pacers, Ivy is not only a great prospect, but also a great fit in the backcourt next to the recently acquired Tyrese Halliburton. With the number 6 pick, the Kings select Johnny Davis out of Wisconsin. In his second year, Davis has become one of the best scorers in college basketball, averaging 21 points per game. He's a skilled shot creator that can score on all 3 levels. He's got a really nice handle, which allows him to consistently beat defenders or create space for his pull-up jumper. Even though Davis carries a heavy offensive load, he still brings it on the defensive end, where he's a strong perimeter defender. Davis should be a nice fit as a secondary ball handler next to De'Aaron Fox with the Kings. With the 7th pick, the Blazers select Shaedon Sharpe out of Kentucky. Sharpe hasn't played a single game for Kentucky this season, but he's still projected to be a top 10 pick as he was the #1 ranked prospect in the 2022 high school class. He's 6'6" with great athleticism and has all the physical tools you want to see in a modern wing. He's a great slasher that gets to the rim with ease, and he can often finish with authority. There's a lot of question marks with Sharpe because NBA scouts haven't gotten the chance to see him play for Kentucky, but at just 18 years old, the Blazers are going to take him and bank on his high upside. With the 8th pick, the Spurs select Keegan Murray out of Iowa. Murray is currently having a breakout season for Iowa, absolutely stuffing the stat sheet with 23 points, 8 boards, 2 blocks, and a steal a game. On offense, he's a terrific face-up and post-up scorer, and he's not just an inside player as he can also hit from deep. On defense, he's not only a good rim protector, but he's agile enough to guard in multiple positions. It's unclear if the scoring will translate because a lot of his buckets come from bully ball against weaker defenders that he'll face in the NBA. But his shooting and defense can make him a really good modern 4 for the San Antonio Spurs. With the 9th pick, the Knicks are going to select Ty Washington out of Kentucky. Washington is an explosive 6'3" point guard that can attack the rim and finish well, but also use his speed to create shots for his teammates. He's a good distributor, whether it's operating out of the pick and roll, making passes in transition, or driving kicks. He also brings it on the defensive end as well. The Knicks have needed a point guard for the longest time. With Ty Washington, they may finally have their long-term answer at the position. With the 10th pick, the Blazers select Jalen Duren out of Memphis. Duren has potential to be an NBA team's franchise center. He's got a great physical profile at 6'10" with a monster 7'5" wingspan, which helps to make him a force on both ends. On defense, he rebounds the ball really well and he's a great rim protector. On offense, he's a terrific finisher around the rim and a great lob target. And he's flashed the ability to be more than just a catch and finisher, with the ability to post up opposing centers and hit the occasional mid-range jump shot. The Blazers may not re-sign Jusuf Nurkic, so Duren could potentially be the Trailblazers' future center. With the 11th pick, the Grizzlies select Kendall Brown. Kendall Brown is a very young wing prospect out of Baylor with all the makings to be a stud at the next level. He's got a great physical profile at 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan, and he's got off-the-charts athleticism, which makes him a great transition player and allows him to make plays above the rim. He's also a standout defender. He's still pretty raw offensively, but if he continues to develop his game, he could be a terrific two-way player. Brown should be an amazing fit on a young Grizzlies team that loves to play at a fast pace. He could get plenty of fast break buckets playing next to John Morant. The Grizzlies may not be able to re-sign Kyle Anderson as he's set to be a free agent next offseason, so Brown would be a pretty good pickup. With the 12th pick, the Wizards select Bennedict Mathurin out of Arizona. Mathurin is an intriguing wing prospect with good 3-and-D skills, but also possessing the potential to be even more. On defense, his terrific size at 6'7" with a 6'9" wingspan allows him to guard multiple positions, and on offense, he's a knockdown shooter while also possessing the ability to attack the basket and using his athleticism to finish strong at the rim. The Wizards could use some more defense and 3-point shooting, making Mathurin a nice fit on their team. With the 13th pick, the Atlanta Hawks select Ochai Agbaji out of Kansas. Agbaji is a 6'7" small forward that's having a monster senior year for Kansas, averaging 20 points per game. He's easily one of the best shooters in college basketball. He's automatic when shooting off the catch, and on the season, he's hitting 44% from 3 on a high volume 7 attempts per game. He's also a terrific finisher, where his insane 42-inch vertical allows him to regularly finish high above the rim. For the Hawks, Agbaji could perhaps form a dangerous backcourt next to Trae Young. And lastly, with the 14th pick, the Hornets select Walker Kessler out of Auburn. After playing for North Carolina last year, Kessler transferred to Auburn, where he has become one of the best centers in college basketball. He's got a great physical profile at 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan, which helps him to dominate both ends of the court. He's a great lob target out of the pick and roll thanks to his great hands, and he can also score in the post with moves like the hook shot and drop step. And on defense, he's an incredible rim protector, even having a game with 12 blocks. The Hornets are a good team, but they could use a big man that can block shots and catch lobs, making Kessler a terrific fit. Anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video, but now I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you want your team to select in the upcoming draft? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like on it and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.